This is how I'm going to show you how I prep for every video that I do, and it's with this little purse that I have. So this is also going to be a hashtag what's in my purse, because I take, oh my god, this is too loud, wait. Okay. Because I take this purse everywhere with me. When I mean everywhere, I mean everywhere. I take this to the mall, I take this to Beatrice's house, I take this to my grandma's house just in case. And I'm going to show you the necessities that we need to prep for a video and a purse in general. You're welcome. I would say always carry your purse in your bag, but my life tip is always carry a pair of heels in your purse, but you don't have to carry some when you're already wearing some. Am I right? Oh, let me start. It smells yummy in here. First, we need our sunglasses to block out the haters. Oh, yes. These are a little small, but a little small for my head, but we're not going to talk about that. Carry our $10 perfume from the Target clearance section. It smells kind of gross, but we're going to use it up because we don't have nothing else. Sad. Time for my lippy. These look like we just came back from the water park, Island Water Park in particular, because that's the only water park I've been to for like the past 15 years and it hasn't changed, and we go every single year. I'm just like, whoa, I've never been here before. If you were one of my friends or best friends at one point, you went to Island Water Park with me. Like, that's how long I've been going to Island Water Park for. What else do I have in here? Oh, of course, I always carry my acrylic nails and my nail glue, because I never know when I might need to pop on a nail, you know, like they're always popping off everywhere, and just in case anyone else needs some. I actually never put on nails before. This is my first time. I'm kind of excited. What if I really like them? But there's only 4 fingers. I have 8. I mean, there's only 8 fingers. I have 10. Oh, they're sticky already. I don't need nail glue. That's perfect. So this one looks like it goes here or here. Oh my god, these are cool. I think my nails are too big for these. What do you think? Such a pretty nude color. Oh, that one still has plastic on it. I was gonna do this, look. Oh my god, these are kind of cute. Oh. Now let's do the other hand. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this with my nails hand, because I always do this with this is not my first time putting nails on. It's like putting on a freaking contact. I got freaking eye contacts and they were expensive, and I think there's something wrong with my eyes because I see too many like weird shit. They make everything look farther away, and then I was going trippy and then like derealized a little bit, and I was just like, what is happening? And then I popped them out and I was just like, back to blurry. I think I like the blurriness of my eyes, I guess, because like it was really hard to like use contacts. And same thing with the glasses. Those are like make everything look far away, and I got kind of scared. I remember I told my mom when I got there, I was just like, I'm kind of scared. I was like, I never wanted contacts, and I was thought about it. I was just like, why did I never want them? And I was just like, because it makes me feel like a robot. Because it's so like it's artificial, so it looks so scary to me. I don't think I'm gonna be a fan of eye contacts. Of nails, yes. Well, that was easy. Let me show off these glasses for you real quick. Let's see how long they stay on. I'm gonna test myself. Okay, what's next? Oh my god, this one's my grandma's favorite. I can't take it out. Wait. My shark pipe, yes! I always take this just in case I might need it. And look how good it looks with a pair of nails on. Like, oh my god, I'm always wearing nails forever now. What else do I have in here? Oh my god, look at this lighter that I got at the dollar store, and I needed one because you know when like a lighter's running out and like you get a blister? Well, maybe it was just me. I was really needed to like light this shit up, and I got like a blister, and I was just like, is this a sign I'm never gonna smoke again? Like, I'm over smoking, like I'm over this. And then I went to a dollar store and they had this one, and you just press it and it's like a blowtorch and you just go like that. I would demonstrate it, but I don't smoke. So I wouldn't know how. But isn't this so sickening? It was $1. Look. Ow! My nail! I have to do this like this. Wait. Oh my god. Okay. What else do I have in here? Oh, and you always bring your sativa pen, even if she's like really used and like Holly has like, I don't really use this one anymore, so she's gonna last me a few more hours. We're gonna get ready because I got a few little story times to tell you guys about. Life update number 1. Should I do my makeup? I want to do it with my nails on. I don't want to wet this, so. Okay, so you know how I told you guys I worked at Ulta? Well, I don't anymore. But let me tell you just 2 little stories. You know how like stores have like dress code and everything? I understand that. Actually, I don't understand that. I feel like I should wear whatever I want. Like I don't think anyone's not gonna buy something because I'm wearing like not the right color, you know, like behind the register, you know. But anyways, besides that, I wore this little like this flannel-ish thing, and it was the color burgundy, and that one was fine. And I had the same exact one in the color of yellow, and I've worn that one before because they're the exact, oh my god, because I got them on sale at Macy's and I cashed myself out, so I got them for like $3 each, so like Macy's don't come after me. Anyways, so I wore that yellow one again because I was just like, oh, I wore yellow. I wore literally this one to work before. Like I should be fine. Oh my god, I'm telling you a different story. Okay, fucking story number 1 about fucking Ulta. What was I gonna say? So I wore that shirt and I walked up there, and it was like the first day I was on time, and I got like a write-up and everything. They were like, you need to show up on time, and I was just like, I don't believe in time, but anyways, other than that, because I was such in a good mood, I had a good song playing. It was LLC by Nicki Minaj. I just took my earphones off before I got in, and I was so excited to be like happy that I did. There was the girl that she was like one of the managers that she's the one that hired me, and she was like looking at me, and she was like, oh honey, I think you're gonna have to go change, or no, she's like, you're gonna have to go, I think you're gonna have to go next door. And I didn't even think about it, and my first thing I thought to mind was, oh, you mean Target? And I was just like, for what? And then she was just like, you're sure that's not dress code, that's not a dress code. And then I was just like, oh, for real? Because I've worn this one before. And then the store manager was in the office, and she came out because she called, she was like, oh, let me ask her. I was gonna say her name. She came out to see, and then she was just like, oh yeah, that color, we don't wear yellow, like you can't wear that. And I looked at her, and I thought about it. I was just like, this is like a video, this is too funny, this feels like a video game. I didn't even think about what I was talking about. I just talked. I've actually worn this one on the floor, the exact same one in burgundy, and I've worn that one before, and you actually left me a compliment about it before. And I was just like, oh my god, why did I talk so much right now? And then she was just like, oh yeah, I have seen the burgundy one, but I haven't seen that one. And I was just like, oh, but I've worn this one to work before because I thought I worn it once so I could wear it again. So would you guys want me to go next? I was just like, I'm not gonna let them tell me to do something. I was just like, I'm gonna end this right now and be like, so do you guys want me to go next door? And they're just like, yeah. And I was just like, okay. And I was just like smiling, and then I was about to clock in because I was already clocking in because I got there at 5, and it was the first day I showed up on time. And I was like, oh, it went up to, and when I got there, and I was just like, first day, I was like, oh, finally on time. They looked at me and they were like, oh, you can't clock in until you're dress coded. I was just like, oh, okay. I was walking to like leave, and then I looked back at them, and I was just like, see you guys in a little bit. This is like this was like BS. This is like stupid. Okay, I was already gonna get fired anyways because like you need what she said 7 points to get fired, and I already had 6. It was all because of like tardiness, I think, because yeah, I never called in. Okay, so I had all of that in the back of my head. And then the last straw was where can I get dress shoes? I don't know what dress shoes are. Like I only wear like sandals. I was like, where can I get dress shoes? Like DSW. And I was like, really? I was like, okay. And then that exactly when I got off at 8, DSW happened to close at 9, so I went next door, and then I bought like I think $40 shoes. These black shoes, I've been wearing these every day since I worked there, and I looked because I forgot how long I've been working there, and it was 4 months. Okay, so I wear these shoes every day, so it's fine. Just to have that back of your head. So I got there to work on that day again in a good mood because we were out of our depression, and we were excited to see our friend Lily up there. and get high with her on our breaks at work. We were excited to do that again, and we were excited to talk to my girlie. They were like both scheduled there that day too, so I was just like, today is gonna be a good day, right? To like, they were like, Roger on the walkie-talkie. They're like, Roger, come, we're gonna just have like a chat in the perfume section. So I was just like, okay, they're just gonna like tell me like what to work on, like they're gonna tell me to sell credit cards. I'm just gonna say yeah while I sell none of them because I don't want to push credit cards on people. Oops, that was my flaw, but we're not gonna talk about that right now, okay? I went up to them and they were just, both of them looking at, it was the girl that hired me and the store manager again. I was just like, how funny. And they were just both looking at me up and down, and I was just sitting there like, I was standing there like high as fuck, and I was just like, and then the one, I think did she say, no, she did not say, oh honey again. I don't know what she said, but they were like, oh, your shoes, those are tennis shoes. I got shocked moment. I was just like, that was me. I was like, what is happening right now? And then I looked at my shoes, and I was just like, this is not about to happen. And then I looked back, and I was just like, oh really? For these shoes the other day, I was like, there wasn't a problem then. And they were like, oh, maybe you done it because at Ulta there's two schedules. There's ones in the mornings before the store opens, and if you work those, you could wear whatever you want because you're not going to see any customers. For regular like cashier shifts or like when the store is open, you have to be like dress coded. So one of them said, oh, maybe you wore those on a day you worked on the morning. I was just like, I am right here. There's like nothing. I was just like, I butted in, and I was just like, yeah, I knew about that because I wore Converse yesterday and I worked yesterday morning. They said something. I think the store manager, she just made a comment. They were just like, yeah, those are not dress shoes. And then that word triggered me, and I was just like, oh, I was like, I remember the first day I started working here, I asked you personally where I can get shoes, and you said DSW, so I got these when I got off work. And then she like looked, and then she was just like, I think she like realized that she was like wrong. And then I kept talking. I was just like, actually, I've been wearing these black shoes for the last 4 months that I've been working here, and there hasn't been any problems now, so I don't know why there is one now. And then they were just like shocked that I said something, and then I thought about what I said, and I was just like, do you guys want me to leave? Like, do you guys want me to go next door? And they were like, oh no, for today it's fine. And then they kept on going with their chatting and like talking to me, and they were asking me the questions, like they asked like the percentages and all that, and I never really paid attention, but out of nowhere my brain decided to remember all the questions she was asking me. So I was like, she was asking me like, what percentage is that? And I was just like, all of them. And I was like, I knew them all. And then they're asking about like, how many credit cards should you be like doing, like what's the percentage? And I was just like, I don't want to know percentage. The percentage is always going to be 100%, like 100% data capture, like always 100%. I don't want anything lower. And so I was just like making myself look good. And then I was just like, and then they were done with it, and I was just like, oh, actually I was just at the register and I saw there was a new prompt, can you explain that to me? I was just like, I know what I'm doing here. Like I was just like, but I wasn't doing it out of like spite. I was just like, I was like proving myself. I guess I was just like, let me prove myself on probably my last day. So that's what I did. We were going to brunch with my mom, as we do. We go to brunch now, as we went one time. She was like, bring your shoes just in case you go to work. And I was just like, I had a feeling. I was just like, you know what, you wanted to, like, this was like your dream job when you were like 13, so maybe it's just testing you, but this is really testing you a little bit. But then like I went to go grab my shoes like to take him, because I was wearing sandals, of course, because I wear sandals 24/7, or heels. So I went to go grab my shoes, and I got them and looked at them, and then I looked at them and I put them back down, and I was just like, I can't even wear these to work, so why would I take them? I was just like, that was a dead ass sign. So like, anyways, we're driving, and I'm over here like in the back, just like thinking like, what am I feeling? I don't know what's gonna happen right now. Like, should I like? I just asked him. I was like, do you think I should quit? Like, should I like call in, or like should I go in person? And then I was just like, and then I got her opinion on it. She was just like, I just wish you had like a job lined up after. And I was just like, no. I was just like, don't tell me that right now. Like, I thought about it more, and then I was just like, why am I thinking about it so much? Just do it. Like, it's just, you don't need that like negativity energy, and it's only like bringing out like negative like connotations when I talk about it. Like when I talk about work, like I only want to talk about like the good ones, but there's like so much bad, and there's always like judgment or like negativity coming my way, and I was just like, I don't need that. When you hired me, you told me this was gonna be a family unit, bitch. I feel like the gay kid in the family union that stands out. How ironic. Anyways, we got to the brunch, and I was just like, I told my mom, I was like, shut the fuck up, just do it. So I called, and then it didn't go through. I was like, this is the sign. And then I called again, and then it was ringing for a while, and then I was just like, I don't want to go to work after this. So I scheduled it. I was supposed to go after brunch, like, to work, and I was just like, I don't want to go to work. I heard a hello, and I was just like, hi, this is Roger speaking. Can I speak to my manager? And she was just like, hi, this is a blah blah blank. And then it was the girl that hired me, and I was just like, how ironic is this? Like, kind of like froze away. I was like, and I kept talking, and I was just like, hi. I was like, hi, blank blank. I was calling in to let you guys know that I'm not gonna go in later today because I actually quit. And I just wanted to let you guys know a couple hours beforehand so you guys could have someone to cover my shift. So you see, I was like being nice, like I didn't like go with any malice or anything. And then she was like, she kept on talking, and she was like, oh, okay. She was like, oh, are you putting in your 2 weeks or what? And I was just like, oh, I forgot I could put in I was like, I thought in my head, I was like, oh, I forgot I could put in 2 weeks. I was like, oh, it's kind of late. I was like, no, I don't want to go to work today. So I was just like, oh no, I'm just gonna quit right now. And she was just like, she was like, oh, okay. But then like before I hung up, like I had to tell her, I was just like, thank you for the opportunity. Like truly, I'm really thankful. Like I had to tell her that because she was the one that hired me. Like she's the one that gave me the chance. Like I aligned myself with it, but she's the one that was the one that gave it to me, you know? So I was just like, I really am thankful because I learned a lot from here. By a lot, I mean I learned like about myself and like what I'm not gonna do and like who I am. Like sell credit cards. I'm not a fan of doing that. I feel so fake. And I know it's a job, but I don't want to contribute to like fucking up someone's life with credit. So we are not a worker there any motherfucking more. I am tired of doing my makeup. Like, can I just do this?
I knew you were something special when you spoke my name. Now I can't wait to see you again.
I need some lines.
All the past is just a lesson that we've learned.
I don't care.
Don't
I'm just gonna put this on everywhere because right now I'm really craving some sourdough bread with some hummus, and I'm really gonna go eat that right now. Life update number 2. So I signed up for college, finally. Because my whole thing was just like, I don't want to go to college because I'm just gonna follow something that's already set in stone. Like, I'm just gonna I'm gonna have a schedule that looks like everyone else's. I'm just gonna have one thing different, and it's gonna be like that for like 8 years more. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I was just like, I can't do that. So I had like a little breakthrough moment that lasted like a day, but it felt like 2 months because it was like crazy. I like forget it's June. Like June was so crazy. I thought May was crazy. What was crazier? May was crazier in my mind, and June was crazier of my body. If that makes sense. Like May was, she was just like ahead. Like she was just ahead. Like she was thinking, she was preparing, and she was getting ready, and she was going through it. And in June, she was like, she took the first heel down and made like a step. That's one step, because like literally usually one step and like the door is already creeping open for you in the background. I love how I use just bronzer as face powder. So I tried to do the fucking college. I tried to sign up and everything, and it just wasn't working. Like every time I go in, like the school is closed, or they're closed down for freaking construction for this week, and I was just like, what is happening right now? But if I look back at it now, I wasn't like even ready. I didn't even know what I was gonna be going for. I was just like, or I would have only went for like one thing, and I would have been like acting, and I would have been like not a purpose that I found yet, but I'm gonna discover, you know. So I was just like, I just need to go in person and make a walk-in appointment, because I even called in. I was just like, oh, can I make an appointment so I could be assured myself that I have to go do something and I have something to look forward to get out the house. So I was just like, I'm gonna make an appointment, but then they're like, oh, you have to come walk in. So I walked in, it was like 2 something, and I got there and it closed at 4 that day. And then I went there and they're just like, oh, we're not taking any more students today, but you could come tomorrow like at 7:30 a.m. And I was just like, I got really like disappointed. I'm just like, well, maybe it's just not my moment right now, and we can just come tomorrow, and then we can like get ready in the morning and then start off our day young, you know? I was like okay with it. I was just like, hopefully I live till tomorrow. And then I was walking and then I ran into Diana's boyfriend, Cameron, and we had a little chat, and then I got in a good mood. I was just like, I think I need to let you get in a good mood, like to see like familiarity from someone, because I haven't seen like familiarity in a while. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the library, because I was just like, let me go see a book they have that I went to Barnes and Noble and I didn't want to buy it because it was like $21, and I was just like, I'm not gonna pay $21 for a fucking book. So I got a $7 one instead, and that one's kind of good. It's like whatever, it's like about gut feelings, but I was gonna go see if they had it, and then I walked in there and I was just like, I want to go read the Pokemon comics. And I was just like, oh wait, this isn't the state, or like the state, what is it? The county library, what is it? The one that's downtown. I was just like, I don't know where they're at. But then I like was thinking, and I was just, and a train of thought, trio came up into my head, like like a trio like college program that I took in like middle school and then sometimes in high school. But we usually went because they brought us Taco Bell and it was really good. But I had that seed planted in my head from back then, and now I don't know where I was just like, oh, I wonder if they have trio here, like it's a college program. So I went up to the person at the freaking bar at the front, and it was an older guy, and I was just like, do they have trio here? And like, where would it be? And then he was like, let me check if they're open. And he was just like, yeah, they're open. And I was just like, oh my god. I was like, do you guys? I was like, he was like, do you know where it's at? And I was like, no, I don't know where anything's at. It's like my first time here. And he was like, oh, let me walk you then. So he walked me there, and then there I ran into one of the people from the tutors that were there, like that I saw like in high school, that I haven't seen since high school. And I was just like, oh, how funny, like, hey. He was like, what are you here for? And I was just like, I have too many questions and I don't know what I'm doing, and I need to like register classes. But I was like, the counseling thing was closed, and then like the girl like in the front, like I was talking to her, and then I was just like, I went over there and they sent me home, and they were just like, oh, we're not taking any more students. She was just like, really? And then she like didn't believe me, and she called and she was just like, what was your name? And I was just like, let me put it under Roger. And then she was just like, and she were like, okay, I'll send him over. And then she was just like, okay, just go over there. And I was just like, I could have just went home when they told me no in the beginning, like, but I wanted to try so hard. So I went back over there, and I sat back, and then I was like, hi, my name is Roger, and I was like signing on the paper, and it said, put your names and all that, and blah 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 blah, and it said like, what do you want to go, like, what are you here for? And there was like 5 options, and I didn't know what option to pick because none of them made sense to me. They were all like big scientific terms. They were probably just like applications or registering, but I was like, I don't know anything about this, so I just put other, and I just put have questions about major, or just like majors. So I put that down, and then I was sitting there and I went to go sit outside, and I was like, but as I was writing it, as I was writing it, I was like hella shaking, like I felt like scared. I was just like, I would think I was nervous, but I was just like, why am I so nervous right now? Like, the fuck? But I was like hella nervous, I couldn't even write straight, like my hand was going like, and a girl was just like staring at me, and I was just like, and then like, I went to go walk outside, and I went to go sit down, and there was only one girl there, and I was just like, I could either sit like way far away or sat next to her. So I sat next to her and I started talking to her, and I met her, and she was really nice, and we were just talking about everything. And then like, I got there at 2:20. Now it was like 3 when I went to go sit down, and I sat down, and it closed at 4, and I was just like, and then they didn't take her in until like 3:40, and I was just like, I could just come in tomorrow, it's fine. I was like, I have nothing else to do. Like, what am I gonna do? Nothing, literally. So I just sat there for like a long while, and it was like 3:50, and I was just like, no, it was like 3, okay, let me go back. It was like 3:30, and I was just like, maybe it's not meant to be, but if it's meant to be, universe, hurry up, because I'm getting a little impatient. Maybe this is a little test. And then I was looking at they had like a screen that had like just commercials playing about the school, and then I was watching it like while I was there. Then it froze, and then I looked around and I felt like everyone else froze, and I was just like, did time just pause? Because it literally, like, I was just like, and I looked, and I was just like, oh my god, I thought time just paused. I was just like, that was crazy. But that's how, like, bored, not how bored, but how it was, like, I was going through it. Like, my mind was, like, trying to, like, grasp the idea that I was there, and I was like, I said I wasn't gonna go there, and, like, ever. And then out of nowhere, he, like the guy, he came, like, at the counselor, he came, and he was, like, a real Rogelio, and I was just like, yes, that's me. So I went up there, and he was like, how do you say it? And I was, Rogelio, or you can just call me Roger. So he was like, he tried it, and he was just calling me Roger, and he was like, what are you here for? And I was, like, still shaking up from outside, from, like, the time pausing, and my hand shaking, and, like, I sat there, I was just like, I think everything led me to sit down on this chair right now, so I think I'm just gonna try 4 things out that interest me and not anything else, and just focus on that. And then, this was in my head actually, this part was in my head. I was just like, I told this to my mom. I was just like, I was like, I'm gonna try these 4 things, so I can try each one, and maybe each one can work, or if not, I have 1 out of 4 chances of them working. But it's better than having 0 and I'm just like being depressed, you know? It was like, what do you want? I was like, psychology, acting, second, third, what did I say? I think I said business or like communications, like PR. So he was just like, okay, I'll give you a business and I'll give you a communications class. So I was just like, oh my god. And he was like doing it all, and he was like putting it in and everything like really fast and everything. I was just like, and then he gave it to me. He was like, okay, you're all set. And I was just like, shit. Like, I didn't think I was ever gonna do that, or I wasn't gonna do that today or anything. And it was just like a big, like, I don't know. I feel like it's really big to me, and I don't know why. It's so weird. It's just like breaking down something like that I told myself no about, but I'm so over that. And I was just like going to school. But my thing was like, if I'm going to school, I'm gonna go on my own terms. Like, it's gonna be the classes I want. And if that doesn't make sense to you or like anyone, because like they're like, what's the point, you're already there, or like all of that, well, I'm not there yet, or I'm not ready to receive that yet. And right now I just need to test it to see if I even like, if it's my vibe. Just like purpose searching, you know? So I'm really hopeful about that now, because I have nothing to be hopeful about before, you know? Let's put this everywhere. We're gonna use our setting spray to let down this powdery look. I know, isn't it shocking? I didn't start off with makeup on today for the first time ever. I usually have makeup on from like 3 or 4 days, but yesterday I was just like, you need to take care of yourself and you need to take the makeup off. You had those brows on for like 3 days and those mascara probably for like 4, and you just keep layering them on top. It gets a little dirty, like, so I like took everything off and I refreshed myself, put a little new brow tint back in that little brow, curled up my lashes a little bit, and we're here right here, waiting for our setting spray to dry. As we wait,
drinking a German.
Don't walk away like you always do. This time
I'm gonna be back with the full look. So for this look, I styled it with a little blazer just in case it's a little cold in this 90-degree weather. You never know. And especially when we're sewing off this much stomach, because we're what? Perfect. And I paired it with these nude nails to match my nude skin. And I also matched it with my Ulta bag that I stole because we wanted to. What do you guys think of this look? This is just your basic slut look, okay? With the little story times. When my fingernails get in the way of my lighter, I hate being a girl sometimes. Going away. Oh, let me just show off this stem real quick.